What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for episode 103 of CBSI Presents Tales from the Flipside. We got a little bit of a short crowd today, a short show, but we're going to get through a couple of things. Thanks for joining us. Boys, introduce yourselves.
I'll go. Deno. We're just here. We're in the moment, man. So
doing it.
Yep.
Jon Z here, doing some back-to-back podcasting this week, and that was a depressing graphic. I mean, I knew he was my age, but just seeing it on the dates really just was like, holy crap.
I couldn't believe it when it got announced, dude. My wife told me, she's like, "Hey, Kobe Bryant died." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it's the worst part. I mean, obviously, is he lost his life, but God, how horrible was it when you found out his daughter was in it?
Oh, that's terrible too.
It broke my heart, man.
And she was supposed to go to UConn, like be the next WNBA superstar. I mean,
well, and it's just freaking just the fact that like the news media was on it so fast. His family, didn't hear from anyone except the news.
Okay, so here's one. Did you guys see the video with LeBron when he's leaving the plane? And I think it's his mom or somebody walks up to him and he just hugs her and he's just bawling. I mean, you could see like his whole body is just, he's crying so hard his whole body is moving. You know what I mean? It was heartbreaking. It was.
I saw Tiger Woods, like they told him like when the round was kind of finishing, like when he was up signing a scorecard, and they interviewed him right after, and he was kind of holding it back, kind of, it was like, so.
Yeah, it's sad. Before we get into the whole Kobe craziness, we got a couple people in the chat that we already see here. Thank you guys for everybody for joining us. I do see some to go from a somber topic to a really crazy topic that we were just talking about. Big shout out to Discovery Bay Comics. It was funny that you joined us for the beginning here because I was just telling Z and Deno about the crazy mystery box score that you had. For any of you guys that don't know about it, go check out Discovery Bay Comics. Search through his videos. I'm not sure what he titled it, but look for his mystery box and Hulk 181 and just be prepared to be floored. And the reason we were talking about that is because Deno decided to join in on a mystery box. So,
I did.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
It's nothing like, it's not on a website, I guess per se, it's not like a store like Torpedo or anything like that. It's a CGC mystery box. It's 31 boxes at around $70 a box, like 55, and then 15 for shipping. They have some good books. I mean, we were kind of looking through them, and McClay's like, I wouldn't want any of that garbage. But they had a Preacher 198, which is kind of garbage now. Preacher Preview 94, Young Avengers 198. But the big book is Archie's Madhouse 22, CGC 4.0. So,
well, and that's still a respectable grade in that book. I mean, that book is a monster.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that always kills me about mystery boxes in general, it's like, yeah, just like Torpedo, like, oh, you can win an AF-15, but nobody ever posts that they won the AF-15, so did they ever send it out? Like, I mean, just
somebody did.
I'm sure they did.
Well, perfect example.
Listen, you're on a Reddit raffle. I would at least trust Torpedo. They have a reputation. You're just some guy,
Some dude.
Well, I don't think that any of us have ever done any of those mystery boxes. The only person I know that's done mystery boxes other than Discovery Bay is Nick Hart, right? Nick Hart
I've done some cheap ones, but no big dollar ones.
Sleepy bought the Torpedo, but wasn't Nick Hart that bought the Torpedo? Somebody bought a Torpedo box, and then
definitely Hart and maybe Sleepy too.
Yeah. So
I don't think any of them hit.
So I just thought that was I thought that was interesting, just because I saw Discovery Bay in the chat. But for any of you guys that aren't watching his channel already, shame on you. What a great channel he's got there. He's got a lot of cool stuff he's doing. So hopefully one of these days we'll get him on as a guest and let him tell his story. But let's get into pickups. Z, do you want to go first?
Yeah, why not? I got one. Anybody that's been watching the new show, Global Comic Safari, I talked. That's funny. I had the same damn pickup speech as last time, but I got a little nuts on my own supply. So I bought another 227. This is the second edition of the Lebanese, and this one just catches my eye with the with the
red kills it, dude.
Language, the red, and it's a really vibrant copy. If we talk in the show, it's actually the spine's on this side, so it's reverse. And this is actually a facsimile edition, and it's considered a quote counterfeit, but the originals just don't exist. I mean, they're from the 60s or 70s in freaking Lebanon. They didn't get out. So really, most people got this one, which was printed sometime in the 90s by a collector club, and then that we had mentioned there's a third print that came out sometime in the late 2000s. So to get those is even fairly hard. Let alone the original, which some guys have seen a couple, but not.
That's
not
what has Matt ever saw one? That's what I was gonna say.
There's a picture or two, so I don't know who has it, but somebody got a picture of an original.
What do you think it goes for? Have you hit thousands?
Definitely 1,000.
Okay.
Depending on the right collector, thousands and the condition and all that.
Yeah, of course.
It's the hardest one by far.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. Check out the show if you haven't seen it. We post all those. I'm dropping an Iron Man 55 edition tomorrow afternoon, so that one's in the can. We're working on Iron Man 1, and we're going to keep them coming and show some fun books and show some strange editions and see what you like.
Dude, it took a long time to come out, but I enjoy those. I watch them. I love them, dude. You and Royable got something going good.
We got to keep Royable on track, but man, he's got a lot of info in his head.
Yeah.
No, Deno's right though. It is a really good show, man.
It's something. Really I'm telling you this right now. It's something that nobody's doing on any channel. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep. Well, and for guys that have had to listen to me for a year and a half talking about them, like I may as well dedicate a show to it so that I can talk something else here.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check out Global Comic Safari. You can find it right here on the Flipside YouTube channel. Z and Matt Royable are the two hosts over there, and they have some. Every once in a while, they'll have guests on, but they are showcasing some books that are really amazing, and that will probably get you down a rabbit hole that you won't believe you're down.
I think we're also going to shoot. We're going to probably take next episode off for the Super Bowl, but I think Matt, I, and Robert, and another gentleman are going to do a quick kind of pickup highlight of last year and just show off some cool books, just to show them off. So we'll probably post that sometime for next week's show.
And that's what people want, so I suggest doing it. All right, I'll go real quick here. A couple months ago, I sent in some books to the McFarlane CGC stuff, and it was supposed to be quicker than what we got, but I was very surprised with my grades. Here's the first one. I sent in 2 books. This is the McFarlane. Let's do this.
This is hard on those slabs, man.
Yeah. McFarlane Alamo Draft House number 301. There you can see his auto.
He does a great sig on the 300 homages.
He does. He's got a great signature. I'm really glad. This one he did the T McFarlane. Sometimes he'll do a Todd McFarlane. It all depends.
He always just places it right there in that nice empty spot.
Yeah, he does a good job. So it's funny. As soon as I got him in, I put him right on eBay. There's not very much on eBay, but I put him up for I think I put him up for like $483, and then I was like, that seems a little too high, and so I dropped it down to like $380 or something like that, just to see if I could get a couple bites. Haven't gotten any bites yet, but we'll see. There wasn't that many up there, so but we'll see. And then
did McFarlane? Could you write what kind of ink color you wanted, or was it
No, and he does do a different ink, and I'm glad you said something, because there you go, you can see there's that's the 300 Alamo Draft House version,
with the red.
And I'm a sucker for McFarlane sketch cover stuff. I think he's got the best sketch covers.
At least he did it right, where he didn't put like black on everything or yellow or gold on everything. He kind of, I think he's been in the game long enough.
Well, the thing is, you almost have to let him pick, I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't question his choice.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So, and Capullo's kind of the same way. He does amazing sigs, amazing colors. I think J. Scott Campbell does it too. We all know Clayton Crane has a great signature color choice and placement. So yeah, these are up on
Some of
eBay.
those guys just don't care, and that's the thing. But other ones just put that effort in.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, in your name too. I mean, it's like put some effort into it.
I was very surprised. I was worried that these weren't going to come back 9.8 just because that's my luck. But I sent in, so it was me, my buddy Kyle, and my buddy Chuck. We each sent in our 2 books to have signed. Both these 2 books, they all came back 9.8. So it was nice.
Good.
They're keeping theirs. I said, screw it. I need to make some money. So for those of you guys that maybe want to check them out, go to eBay and look up. My store is Collecting Days, and Days is spelled D-A-Z-E. But I'm sure
it is.
Yeah,
Of course it is. Yeah.
of course it is. So go check out Collecting Days on eBay if you guys are interested, or just hit me up. So yeah, those are my 2 pickups for the week. We'll see how that goes. And Deno, you said you didn't have anything, right?
No, I'm a loser.
Deno took the week off. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy some more stuff just to keep the audience amused.
I mean, I don't know what everybody's going to tune up because now our pickups are 100 an hour and a half long now.
I know. Right? We're getting under control. We all got broke. It's the end of the year. We're waiting for tax time.
I missed. You know what I missed on Teen Titans 12.96 for $130.
Yeah, I threw up Dennis Hayes for his New Mutants 98 for 75 and Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters 1 through 5 for $5. I'm not gonna lie, that's a book. If I see the dollar bid, I almost can't resist. So
I think that might have been
on you.
That might have been the first one they came out with after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the whole takeoff thing. There's so many of those.
You kind of grab them when you see them. They amuse you because they do.
Yeah,
nostalgia.
Yep. Let's get back into a kind of somewhat sad topic. Obviously, the whole Kobe Bryant thing we were talking about. One of the things that's interesting that me and Deno kind of talked about, Z kind of talked about a little bit, so we want to get your guys' thoughts on it. One of the things that we're seeing, obviously, when we see that somebody passes away, you see a run on either their books or their cards, people selling them. Some of them going for outrageous prices.
Yep.
And Deno was talking
Stan Lee
about
was an example that just things were crazy for a while.
Who?
Stan Lee. Stuff was crazy.
Yes.
Prince, when Prince died,
that's a perfect example. The Prince thing. I mean, God, geez, some of those Prince books were.
I was talking to you about it, and I was thinking because I bought. Okay, so I don't know if I suckered in, but I bought a bunch of Kobe cards this weekend just because. First, I didn't want to go astronomical because right now, so basically prices for anything signed Kobe is like $250 into the stratosphere. All his rookie cards are to the stratosphere, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, it's 96, 97 rookies. I mean, they would be pretty plentiful, right? I mean, it's not like
there's only a couple that are, I would say, are rare.
Yeah.
Set wise.
Yeah.
And to me, that would be the obviously the Topps Chrome, the 1996 Topps Chrome.
Yep.
There is a Topps Finest rookie.
Yep.
That is a little tough to find.
Short print might be.
There's a couple short prints, i.e., like Upper Deck back in the day used to do it would say like Electric Diamond and sparkle on it or something like that, that made it like a parallel.
Mm-hmm.
So any parallel rookies, I'm sure there some of the insert rookies like the hoops, draft pick rookies, or some of the Fleer metal stuff is probably through the roof. But the one that everybody's wanting right now is this one right here. And I was talking with Deno about it, and this is the Topps Chrome rookie. This is something that I've had in my collection forever. I had it graded. I pulled it from the pack myself, had it graded. This is a 8.0 PSA. This is a very tough card to get in high grade. Let's see if I can get it's just very tough to get in that grade. I don't know why it's not. There we go. Let's see if we can get this. But anyways, that's my Kobe. So this one in 9, I think. What were you saying, Deno? It was going for?
Oh,
like $600 to $1,000 in a PSA 8, 1,000 and up on a 9. I couldn't imagine what a 10 goes for.
Right. So we're talking like $6,000, boys. I mean, it's not chump change anymore. I mean, it's out of control. I mean,
Yeah, it's
same thing with autos. Like it's almost like Stan Lee, right? Z. It's like Kobe signed a bunch of stuff. Stan Lee signed a bunch of stuff. It's not like he's like some guy who's never signed anything, or like Jordan who's stingy or charges signatures and stuff like that. Like I mean,
well, the big question is it wrong to be selling his stuff after he passed? It's a touchy subject. Here's my thoughts on it.
This is a little less creepy to me. Sorry I interrupted, but
no, you're okay.
Thing people felt like they were doing it for a decade leading up to it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not icky to some degree, but like people weren't waiting for Kobe to.
Yeah,
they were waiting for him to hit the Hall of Fame. But
yeah.
Well, that brings up a good point too, because he's obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to get in. He would have got in if he didn't die. I mean, he probably would have been a unanimous choice if he didn't die, obviously. But it's almost like Mariano Rivera, Derek Jeter, right? So Jeter's getting inducted. It's not like his price is going to go from here to here because he got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Same thing with Kobe. Like it's just I think it's just the backlash and everybody wants to support Kobe, and I think it's more about supporting Kobe. And a lot of people, I was telling Bryan, one of the Facebook groups I'm in talked about if you sell a Kobe card right now, you can get banned from the Facebook group. But, a lot of people said too that, at least people who want it now, and like they'll say, oh, I want it now because I'll have it, and stuff like that. It means more. It's not just there's people on the money grab side of things, but there's people out there like who really love Kobe Bryant, who really want they're
buying a memory.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was telling Deno, I remember when the news came out that Magic Johnson had HIV. Literally, the 20 minutes after we heard that news, me and my buddies were on our bikes heading up to the card store to buy Magic Johnson cards. So it's always been the case in hobbies and collecting and flipping that deaths will make the market jump. It doesn't last very long. Who knows with Kobe, somebody like Kobe, this might cause his cards to not, come down too much after the little rush, but it is still kind of weird. It's kind of weird making money off somebody's death, but a lot of people were going to sell those cards to begin with. So why wouldn't they try and make some money off of them? You know what I mean?
I think it depends on who we are. Like, there's some people are 100% salespeople. They don't have any attachment to the cards.
Like me.
Deno I wasn't going to go quite there, but you're in that ballpark.
Yep.
McClay and I tend to have some sentimental attachment to a lot of stuff we have. Not to say we don't sell things that we like, but there's a yin and a yang to this whole thing of I have to sell this to buy something else I want or to do something else, and I'll work my way through it. But there's other things where like I'm selling it emotionlessly, and it's always a fight.
Yep.
But you get somebody this is their business. This is just Christmas season for them in their mind. Want to make a little extra money.
Well, and that's kind of where I'm at because it's funny. I mean, it's not funny. I should please excuse my choice of words. I was just going through. I'm getting ready to get some cards to send out to PSA, and think I'm going to use this as or not Kobe's death, but me getting ready cards to send to PSA. I'm going to try and put together a group thing with all you guys that have been waiting. So be looking for that announcement here soon where we'll do a group PSA submission, try to get all your cards, and I'll try and facilitate that. But anyway, so I was getting ready to send. I have a stack of like 50 cards that I want to send out first, and in that stack were these 3 cards. This is the Topps Finest rookie, and you can see. I mean, it's ready to go to PSA. It's in the card savers. Here's another Topps Finest rookie. And then this is it looks like the Topps Chrome, but this is from the regular Topps set. This is the parallel, the 50th anniversary silver parallel from the regular Topps set. And I mean, another super crazy condition sensitive. So it's a perfect example of like, I feel at this point, I feel kind of weird wanting to sell those, but then a big part of me is like, nah, man, you need the money.
Well, the problem too is like, not your problem, but The problem is you didn't go to the store 2 days ago or a day ago or this hour and pick those cards up to sell. You've had those in your collection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be different if like I went up to the store, my local card store, and was like, I'll buy every Kobe Bryant you have right now, and then go on eBay and list them an hour later for triple their value. I mean, but I think the other thing too is they have really eerie cards right now out there. It's like a lot of LeBron James, Kobe cards, him face because they obviously play ball together. Like, you know, a lot of cards that have LeBron and Kobe on right now, just eerie, man.
It's really, yeah, it's eerie.
So,
Nick Hart, what's up, brother? Nick Hart asked a quick question. He probably saw me raising the card savers. Do you have an issue with card savers that are a little tight? All of the card savers are going to be a little tight when you first put them in. It's funny because I used to put all my stuff in card savers until me and Deno started kind of diving headfirst back into cards. I just switched to started putting my stuff back into these top loaders.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. And it's funny you asked that, Nick, because I just put in an order at BCW for top loaders, and I
just bought top loaders.
Oh, look at you.
So I refuse to deal with that tightness crap on the holders anymore because of the way card savers can be so tight. So I bought the 59 point top loaders to put all my normal stuff in, which are the one size.
How about the regulars?
Yeah, so you can get the standards like Deno has, which are just the normal 3x4 top loaders. The next size up are the 59 point top loaders, and then it goes to like 79 to 108. And there's a really cool handy dandy. If you guys ever get the chance and go to and you guys are collectors, or you're getting back into this craziness like me and Deno are, and hopefully we didn't drag you in. If we did, I'm sorry.
I'm not. Sure, you guys. If I'm losing money, you guys are too. No.
Yeah. So let me find this real quick here. There is a really cool.
I need to buy some one touches. That's what I really need to buy for nice cards.
Well, this is kind of interesting because this right here is, you can go to BCW's page, and this is a printable thing that you can print on your printer, and then you cut them out and you can hold your cards up to them. As you guys can see here, this shows you the different points. Starts with the 20 point, which is the standard, and then it shows the thickness of the card, and then it goes all the way up to 360, and here's the top loader size, and here's the one touch magnetic size, so you know which size you need to buy.
So you
it's so funny is I went to a shop the first time and I saw I'm like, I need top loaders, and he says, what size? And it shows me like 20, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's the same thing I did. That's why I went and bought this, and it's really nice. You can fold it and whatnot, and it works. You put it in your wallet or something.
So you just cut it and put it in between I guess I'm confused, I guess.
So
you just line your card up against the flat edge there.
Yeah. So yeah, you line your card up to this, and that tells you. Yeah. So let me go ahead and do this here.
Oh, it's the thickness. Oh,
yeah.
I see. I thought it was the length and width. I'm sorry.
So all basic standard cards are these 20 point size, and then the next size up is the 59 point, and then your patch cards are usually 108, this size right here, and then you just hold your card up to it and see what size it is, and that's the top loader you buy.
Yep.
So I'll put this. I'll put the link to this little printable card thickness point gauges in the description.
Ozzy.
And that's exactly what it's like, brother. You're correct. That's what it's like. So
hey, what's the 360s for?
Probably those multi-sig kind of booklets.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for the booklets, but so for example, let me show you something that I had.
What the hell else would be that thick?
Well, there are like
it's a PG. I would say this is a PG podcast. I would say things that are that thick.
Oh.
So like hockey cards will have these glass cards where they'll be like on almost like clear acetate glass that are super thick. So I imagine that's what the 360 point is for stuff like that. But I'll do my best to put this on the description.
Wait, am I supposed to put my tops clearly
authentic
in top loader? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No, you're not.
All right, good to know.
So anyways, yeah, that's that. But Yeah, so I'm kind of weird about selling those cards, but I'm gonna send them out and probably throw mine up there just to see if I can make some money off it, because I don't know. I was never a big Kobe fan. I think I just got the card just because I remember, everybody going crazy for that set. But
oh Jesus, here we go. I'm sorry. Since I'm actually looking at, I'm not gonna buy this, but so it's like one of these. It's like look at that boy.
yeah, exactly. It's like those thick glass cards.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! And does that need protected?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that boy.
A glass card is gonna get damaged?
Well, it's not a glass. This is a regular card. This is just it's a swatch of a cleat. It's a regular card, not a cardboard, but
yeah, like they got to make it thick in order to put that piece of the cleat in there, right?
Wait, a piece of a cleat?
Yeah, it's a cleat.
Yeah.
Do we care about a cleat?
Some people do.
The gloves are really cool. If you can get the logo, where the guys like put the strap over, they'll cut that out. And like I seen a Majestic one that had a trout on it, like a trout, and it said trout on the thing. It was dope. I mean, it's a 1-of-1, obviously, but
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I saw people the new thing with Upper Deck. They're putting pucks in there, like
pucks. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Not like real pucks, but it's like a puck.
Yeah, a piece of a puck. Yeah.
So
another thing that was kind of funny that happened this week, or just happened, is.
I don't know anything about this. If you're going to because I just posted this, I put up comic book news, and this was like the first thing that showed up, and I just saw it was in McClay's back hometown. I was like,
yeah. So this happened a couple of years ago at Phoenix Comic-Con. For those of you guys don't know, this is the mugshot of the guy. We were actually at the con when this happened, and it was a pain in the ass because the con happened in the summer, and they kicked everybody out, and it's 120 degrees, and we're all having to sit outside. We don't know what's going on. There's alarms going everywhere. And basically what happened is this guy decided that he wanted to go kill the Green Power Ranger. I forget that guy's name. Jason David Frank? Yeah.
David Frank, yep.
And so he went to the con. Luckily enough, he had told one of his Facebook friends or people on Facebook that he was going to do something or this and that, or I know what it was. I think he posted a picture. He was at the con. He took a picture of a cop at the con and made a comment like, I'm going to kill him too, or something like that, to one of his Facebook friends. And his Facebook friends lived in California, was smart enough to contact the Phoenix police and let them know that this was going to happen. And they got to him right in time. And they caught him at the con, and right as he was basically going to kill him. And this is the guy. So this is his mugshot. And he went, people kind of gave him the name Fat Punisher.
This is the best thing I've heard all day.
I mean, because he looks punishing. And that's
a big boy, man.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy, and he just got charged, or I mean, just got sentenced today. It says here,
11.
Phoenix,
right?
Yeah, Phoenix man who walked into the annual comic book convention, now called Phoenix Fan Fusion, in 2017, carrying several loaded guns and other weapons being samurai swords, and other weapons, was sentenced to spend 25 years in the state hospital, not in prison, in the state hospital. So this guy has got to be true. Well, here's a perfect example. Judge Jennifer Ryan Truhill found Matthew Sterling, 32, quote, guilty except insane. So he is crazy enough that they said, yeah, I mean, you're going to a mental asylum. So it's kind of crazy. It's a little scary that stuff like this is happening, but
the good news is it got cons to take some security in place. So I mean, yeah, everybody gets frustrated. The lines are a little slower, but they're trying to be safe now.
Yeah, I love this one. He was mad as F about paying high prices of an autograph.
Hey man,
oh, that's terrible.
Stuff's expensive out here, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glad that. I mean, first of all, it's like, man, like, grow up, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah,
you really that pissed over the Green Power Ranger? Like,
well,
It's not that he's insane. He could have just had some crazy thing in his head.
I don't know. I don't know if the Green Ranger would have taken him. I know he knows mixed martial arts, but he's a big boy, man.
Well, if you guys get a chance, there's a funny video that Jason David Frank did with like the local news the day of, where he came out and did a press conference, and and he was pretty good about it. He was basically, he knew the guy was crazy, and he said this and that, that maybe he needs help and it's scary and this and that. So I don't know. It was crazy at the time, and I remember we were sitting outside just beating sweat dripping down, and we got all of our books back when I was getting books signed and stuff. So I'm like,
that's even worse because people don't shower at cons, and then you're out there sweating. You got to come back in.
That's exactly what I was getting at, man.
That's brutal.
It's a dry heat, man. It's a dry heat. You're fine.
Dry heat. I've been in Arizona. Fuck you. It's not a dry heat.
Thank you, Deno. Thank you.
Dry heat stink as much as Midwest heat.
Dude, I walked to the Kroger's parking lot in Arizona from like I don't know, like 10 spots away, and was sweating from the front door. I was like,
yeah, when you walk into like a grocery store in Phoenix during the summer, you go through like the front door, and you just get sprayed with freaking blasted cold air.
My uncle's been living there like 20 years. Was like, this isn't bad. This is nothing. I'm like, dude. What about what else can we talk? Oh, do we want to talk about the old Facebook group?
Yeah.
Do you want Z? You want to talk about it or no?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Just people being jerks.
Hey, I responded though. So.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook.
Just use your manners, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no need to. Yeah. God, people are.
I've been seeing a lot of posts lately. So even though I'm an official admin, I've been deleting a lot of stuff too. A lot of people just like, man, like, don't post stuff because you think you're funny. You're not.
Well, and the thing is, listen, we're all humans. We're not watching 24/7. So if something gets out of hand, message one of us. And I'm glad somebody did, because something went from a conversation to not a conversation in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, you've got predominant names in the industry having to defend themselves over a stupid trolling comment.
Yeah. And I think too, it's like, if you think you're going to be cool and hard edgy because you're a troller or you're something like that, like, it's like, come on, man. Like, it's just comic books, bro. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I understand.
We're over that.
I mean, it's like, don't roll around and be like, did you guys know that New Mutants 98's the first Deadpool? Like, I don't, it's like, dude, come on, man. Like,
I miss G+ because it felt like we were slightly more civilized.
Yeah, and I mean, and the whole humble bragging thing. It's like, dude, it's like, do you think this is a good buy for $1? It's a Hulk 181. It's like, dude, it's like,
I don't even care about humble bragging. Just leave it be and move on. But it's just, you don't have to attack everyone about everything. Just move on.
Yeah, it's like, and then the comments become a big, I'll even say it, and it's not PG, but whatever. It's a big shit show in the comments. It's like,
You're worried about saying shit show after whatever I've said in the last hour?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I think you put it best. Just come on. Just quit acting like a moron.
Be civil, guys. If you don't want to comment on it, don't comment. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. If somebody asks a legitimate question, give them a legitimate answer or don't answer. There's no need to give people shit.
Yeah.
There's new people to the hobby every day.
Yeah.
At one point, we all didn't know what most of this stuff meant unless you came out of, a CGC test tube or something. You don't know what it all is until you ask a lot of questions and are an idiot for a while.
Well, I mean, what's funny? That thing had 100. That thing had 150, more than 150 comments on that thread, man. It's probably one of our most popular threads ever.
Yeah, because everybody came to see the car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I apologize to those that had to get involved, and thank you for being a fan of the page.
Yeah.
On that note, I do want to talk about real quick about a pretty cool book that just got announced. This Wolverine.
Super popular.
This is a cool book that CBSI and IG Comic Store are teaming up to bring to you guys. This is Wolverine #1, a badass Omega Red Wolverine cover. That is, let's see here, it's limited, I believe, to 250. Is it 250 comics? I think. Does that sound right? Anyways,
I don't think that's right.
No.
Okay.
I think it's 1,500 on the.
They haven't put it up yet on this store, so you can't even pre-order. So
it is limited. I will say that you can get the different sets, the different tiers, this and that. You guys can see there.
It's 400 copies of the black and white and 600 of each of the color in this version into the trade dress.
I just want to say it's pretty freaking awesome that CBSI has gotten a Marvel comic.
Yes,
we've done a lot of independents. We unofficially got a DC a few years ago, but we scored a Wolverine. That's pretty awesome. And it's a nice cover.
Omega Red is my favorite character back in the day, dude. It's awesome.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more use out of Omega Red. He's a great character, man. They really made him out to be kind of like Wolverine's main foe for the longest time.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to get an Omega Red tattoo, but I didn't know how good it was going to look.
Yeah, a little Deadpool on there and some Sabretooth. I mean, that's a nice quality characters.
Who's that supposed to be on the left? Is it like Cable or who is that?
I think it looks like Cable.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I was about to say it's very Liefeld-esque and it looks like Cable, so I'm going to say it's Cable. But it's a very cool cover. Big shout out to IG Comic Store too. I mean, I
think IG Comic Store has the color and we've got the black and white. So
yeah, the boys at IG Comic Store are the nicest guys on the planet. So
we see the black and white again.
All right, let's do this. It's beautiful.
It's nice. I like the color, but I like the black and white. It's just a little.
And hit it with a little red signature on it from Scott Williams. If you can get him to sign it or somebody to sign it.
It's a decent sketch. I mean, sketch covers I'm a pretty not a huge fan of, but this is not a bad one. It's nice, nice definition.
Is that who it is? It's Maverick. Is that what they're saying? Yeah, Maverick.
Yeah.
That is okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was Cable because he didn't have any feet. So
yeah. Color splash of red. Yep. But it's a beautiful book, so make sure you guys go check it out if this is something that tickles your fancy. I don't know why I said that. If this is something that looks cool to you and that you might be interested in, go to IG Comic Store or comicbookinvest.com, depending on the book you want. Some beautiful, beautiful books. So
good guys too. Really good people.
Yeah. So what else is going on this week?
I don't know if we save this for now or later, but next week, I mean, we can talk about it now. We can talk about it when everybody gets back to you. So Birds of Prey is dropping soon. Obviously, there's been a crap ton of commercials and trailers I've seen on TV. So
it looks good.
I might ask about it.
I stopped watching trailers because I just don't want to go in with an opinion. I find that if I have no opinion, I'm better off.
Okay. Do we think Harley Quinn's going to get a better? I would it say? I don't know. Another up kick, I guess, because it's kind of been down, right? BA12s have been down, kind of. I haven't really checked in the last.
They're not up. They're not like they were.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to do it. I think if you saw Suicide Squad 1, you'll probably see this.
Yep.
I don't think anyone new is going to see this. Bye, Bryan.
Interesting. I
just don't think it's going to drag more people into the fold. And I think
you mean into the comics fold?
Into the Harley fold. I don't think it's expanding her marketplace any.
Yeah, I think she's already huge. She's already stratosphere level, right? That's
my thing. It's not attracting a different audience than Suicide Squad in my head. It's going to be the same audience there. It's not going to lose anything. It's not going to gain anything. It's just going to be a different tale to me. It's not.
What about the characters that they're bringing in? I really think that there has a lot of room for Kane to grow. What's her name? Cassandra Cain?
Well, yeah, but you asked Harley. Is it going to affect Harley? No.
I did. That was me.
So do you think it's going to affect the other characters pretty big then, Z?
I don't know. I really don't. It depends how they're portrayed. I mean, look,
Well,
there was all this stuff in Suicide 1, Katana, and
Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, or whatever.
Boomerang was an interesting portrayal. It didn't really do much. Deadshot had a little bit of a hit, but
look at Marvel,
really tough. Really tough for a one-shot person to do that much. So unless this is a huge hit and they decide to spin it off again, in my head, Harley's going to just spin off into another little, tangent instead of Birds of Prey 2, unless this is just a monster.
What about? I mean, look at Cable from Deadpool. I mean, that really didn't blow up. I mean, Colossus didn't blow up. I mean, there's not even any good Colossus covers, but still.
I mean, I'm interested to see Black Mask and just see what he looks like. But I don't know. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna treat it as a popcorn movie and enjoy it.
Yep, that's exactly the way to do it. I think there's very little money in movie and TV show spec play as compared to where it was a couple of years ago. So just go and enjoy them. There's certain books that will blow up, but I think that's a special case. I think it's got to be that perfect storm that we like to say. You know, multiple things happening on multiple fronts.
Well, since we're talking about it, my man, I'm gonna hit up Robert Fordham because he's the man right now. Look at this, bang!
Ooh,
Fire, bro!
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah.
So
that's probably not the worst play. Freaking sneakers are sneakers, man. Shit.
I've seen. I mean, the end of the Spider-Verse shoes are still at $300 or $400. That was Jordans.
I wanted a pair of those.
Yeah.
I love how it's got her hammer as like is that part of the shoe or is that just like a piece hanging off the? Yeah, it's a piece hanging off.
That's remember when they used to come with a little like Fila or like Adidas. That's what that is. So
that's cool, man. It's like a little charm.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Tracks me up.
Caution tape is shoestring. That's what Robert's saying.
That's dope. That's dope. When do those come out? So for people that might be listening, we're looking at a pair of Puma signature sneakers that they're doing for Harley Quinn that are just beautiful.
And I think Jen Bartel did the whole thing. I think she did obviously the box, but I think she designed the shoe too.
Well, that's a perfect example of, we talk about sneakers all the time, that there's a massive market for sneakers. For anybody that doesn't realize that, you've been hiding in a cave. And that's cool. I get it.
That's true. It does kind of look like
sneakers is a rough fucking grind, though, man.
It is a rough grind.
People make us look like.
Here's a perfect question. Do chick sneakers sell more than guys sneakers? Like, is this going to sell as much as the Jordan Miles, or is it going to sell less because it's a chick sneaker?
It's going to sell. It's two things. It's A, it's not Nike. B, it's not Jordan, and it's a Puma. It's not gonna sell, man. I mean, girls will buy it, but it's not like you're gonna be. And it's not. I don't think it's limited edition either. You know, Jordans, they sell out. Nike Jordans, it doesn't matter what shoe, man. I mean, look at them. I mean, back to Kobe, right? The Mamba is sold out. So I heard three minutes after they posted the news, somebody worked at like a Nike store. Mambas were all gone. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's not Nike, it's not Jordan. I mean, they've gotten so bad where they don't even have lines anymore. They have an app, Nike app, where you just put your spot in line as a raffle ticket, and that's how you win now.
Well, perfect example is that StockX. That platform was created because of shoes, and now they're blowing up. So a lot of these you're not even going to get. I don't think that's what. God, I'm hoping that's not what people thought. I would hate to see.
I'm gonna open challenge somebody. If somebody sits there and buys me in a 12, I don't even know if they come in a 12. I'll rock them on the show. I don't care. Send them my address. I'll rock them. I'll take a picture with them.
You guys heard it here first. We're gonna clip this baby.
I don't care.
If you guys want to get Deno rocking some Harley Quinn size 12 Puma signature sneakers,
I'll wear them at a con too. I don't care.
Yeah, get a hold of us through social media or at CBSI Flipside at gmail.com.
I don't even know what 12s will fit me. Pumas are like narrow. I got wider feet.
Oh yeah, Pumas are tough, man. They are tight.
Yeah, they're tight. Probably like 12 and a half. I don't even know if they come in 12 and a half. I was
about to say it's because they're chick shoes, man.
Well, just Pumas in general, like men's
Puma men's shoes are tight.
Yeah, they're tight, man.
I got my kid got a pair of. I'm embarrassed to say this. My kid got a pair of the Ferraris.
I had a pair of Ferraris too.
And he had to trade a size up because they were too tight.
Yeah, they were tight, dude. I had the white with the red ones. Is that what the ones you had too?
He's rocking the red.
Oh, all red?
The red with some black touch.
Oh,
Doc Joe. I got to say something real quick about the Kobe thing. Shout out to Doc Joe. One of the coolest things that I think I've ever seen. There's a couple of cool things that just almost bring me to tears in sports. One of them was when a couple years ago during the playoffs. For those of you who don't know, when NHL teams play each other, if one's Canadian, then they'll sing both anthems.
Correct.
And it was in Edmonton, and it was nothing but Edmonton's fan playoff. And the dude came out to sing the national anthem, and they sing the American national anthem first if you're in Canada.
Correct.
And the dude went to go play, and the mic broke out. And the crowd started singing, right? And they sang so loud, the words to the American national anthem, boom, brought me to tears, right? I went to a Phoenix Coyotes hockey game where it was the first time Austin Matthews came back home. So it was against Toronto. The Toronto fans were in full force, right?
Toronto fans travel well, man.
Yeah, everybody stood for the American national anthem, and they sang it too. I was at a Coyotes game, and I'd never heard the national anthem sung that loud, and it was mostly Canadians. So stuff like that. One of the coolest things that I've ever seen that NBA teams are doing right now for Kobe Bryant is they're letting the shot clock play out as a tribute to Kobe Bryant, who wore number 24. The NBA shot clock is 24 seconds. Yep. So both teams will just hold the ball for the first 48 seconds of the game as tribute to Kobe. Dude, I was bawling. I was like a little baby, dude, just crying watching that shit.
So McClay, so I'm having a newborn. I'm going to tell him that Kobe Bryant invented a shot clock. Someone tell my kid.
Dude, props to you, brother. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I'm with it. Let's roll with it. Yeah. Doc Joe, Doc, were you at that game? That he posted a video of.
I think it's the Oklahoma game right now.
Yeah, it was the Oklahoma game. The one that I saw they did, it was San Antonio and Toronto, I think.
The Trailblazers game. They did a Trailblazers game. Speaking of your national anthems, the Red Wings did it at the same time. Detroit, the microphone broke in Detroit, and the whole Detroit crowd sung the I mean, that's just a thing you do, I guess. I mean,
it's cool, man.
Who was the coach? It was a Trailblazers coach. Oh, the little girl got stuck on the national anthem, and then
E.D. Carlissimo.
So Mo Cheeks was it?
Yeah.
And he helped the little girl out. So
that's cool.
Let's see.
Yeah, so Doc Joe did post that video. He must have been at the Oklahoma game. I mean, you guys, if you were there, Doc, there couldn't have been a dry eye in the house. I mean, that's freaking cool.
Well, I don't know what this. Some Facebook user. I don't know who this person is. But that's okay. What are the group's thoughts on premier variants? I don't even know what premier variants are. Anybody know what that is?
No, what are your thoughts on premier variants? I don't know what premier variants are. Yeah, Facebook user. Let's see, who is that? Let me look who that is. But yeah, let us know what you're talking about premier variants. That's new to me.
It's funny in Google. I put premier. It said premier condom variants. What? It says Absolute Counters Volume 1, Number 1.
Yeah, Jeffrey Chen. Yeah, Jeffrey Chen. Let us know what you mean about the premier variants.
Okay, so I can show you real quick. I got it up. I don't know what this. This is a list of premier variants, I guess.
So shout out to anybody that's watching us on Facebook. If you guys want to post a comment and see your name in the comment, you can go to the StreamYard Facebook page, and there's ways to, I think you send them your name and they approve it. Now your thing will show up. Premier variants are 2 per store for major launch issues.
Oh. Huh.
So is this something new that they're doing? Something that Marvel's doing or DC's doing?
It looks like Marvel's the only one doing it.
I think a little more. I've just not heard that. Oh, Kate's store. Okay.
Huh. I wonder if they're numbering them.
Here's the Kate store for everybody.
It'd be
that
interesting.
one I've seen.
So,
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. I don't know.
2 per store is not that limited, my friend.
Here's the House of X one.
How many retailers are there?
Yeah, quite a few.
Close to 5,000.
Marvel does it? Huh?
I think it's close to 5,000 retailers.
It's like a party variant, 2 per store, unlike 1 per store. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 1 per store is still what you would say 2,500, 3,500 variants, probably. I mean,
yeah, I mean, one per stores usually end up being close to 5,000.
Well, the perfect example is that Spawn thank you issue.
Mm-hmm.
That was a one per store book.
I don't think they're terrible, but you got to play the right book.
Yeah.
You can't gamble on all of them.
No.
I mean, how many variants hit now? It's a tough game you're playing.
I think that we're gonna probably start doing a little bit better deep dive look into some of the Wednesday warrioring stuff coming up here. So I'm gonna make it a point to either find somebody that we can. I think we might got our guy, but if we can't, maybe I'll
guy, huh?
Oh, you got a guy.
I think we got a guy for a Wednesday warrioring. So
you got a guy that's not burnt out like us old fucks.
Yes, he got it. That's the problem, right?
Doesn't have a real job.
Yeah. Hey, this is my job now, brother. So that's why it's like
that's the issue. It's just I don't know. You can only do it so long.
Yeah, I'm not going to get on the ground and dig through boxes. I'll tell you that. I'll never do that again.
I found that Skeletor like that. I'm not buying that, man.
I will on the right set of boxes, but I don't think they're out most of places anymore.
Yeah, especially if it says variants on the bottom on the box.
No.
Did it say variants on it?
Yeah, it said variants on the box, dude.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I would hide that thing. I would say I'd just grab the whole thing.
The whole box.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll dig on occasional box, but I gotta feel real motivated, and it's got to look like a good place.
You know what's funny about that? Have you ever guys go like, hey, I got the itch to go dig, and then you go there and you just feel like complete shit, and like I don't really want to dig. Like you're like I don't even want to do this. Like why am I even here?
I know what Ozzy always wants to come down and go to a shop, and I'll go with him. And I got a decent shop that restocks on the regular, and then I'll dig through like 10 or 15 boxes. I'm like, fuck, why did we do this?
I don't get 15. I get through one, and I'm like, I'm good.
I've become a comic book snob. If I'm going through books and the bags are all dirty and gross,
yep,
that's my first thing. I'm like, I'm good. I can't do that.
I go to the back wall and just look at the back wall books. I'm like, there ain't nothing in those bins, man.
But there's certain guys, if certain stores call or shoot me a message and say, hey, come down, I don't care how dirty they are, I'm going to go through them.
Man, those boxes.
Well, those are the good ones.
Yeah.
But it's got to be somebody you trust to turn stuff over and do their stuff. I hate to say it, but the guys that are on top of their game, there's no point digging through their boxes.
Yeah, Doc Joe said it right. So we went through that box together. Joe went through it, and there was like 6 people after me and Joe. He found some good books in there. I found that Skeletor, and I was like, that's good enough for me. I mean,
Ozzy and I were at a show, I don't know, two Octobers ago, and a friend of ours went through a dealer's box and was like, dude, I just went through this guy's box, and I got some deals. You should go next. Ozzy went over there and got some shit. Some other guy we know went over and got some shit. I went over and was like, well, the bins are pretty thick, too, but there's a Omega Man 398 for $100 on the wall, you all fuckers missed. I'm taking that.
Yeah, you got to. There's sometimes it's pure luck. I walked into a garage sale and they had one box of comics, and I started going through them and pulled out. That's where I pulled out that Hulk 117 third print. Beautiful, not bagged, not boarded, nothing. Was it what was it? 177? What's that?
I think you're thinking
377. That's it.
Yeah, the thirds. Well, that's one of those books that you got to know, and people look for it, but they don't. And it's like kind of like that one stands out, but like DC Universe variants and newsstands, you got to look. I mean, because to flip through them, you got to find newsstands, you got to like pull each book out. You'll be dedicated.
That's something I'd be interested in talking to people about maybe more is do you think it's regional, the type of luck you're going to have going in?
This guy has a question I like, but let's do what you're doing first.
Yeah, is it regional? For example, I've been talking for a while about there's nothing in my area if I go to flea markets, but I watch videos of guys on the East Coast go to flea markets, and it's constant. They're walking into great things.
I think it's regional.
There's regions. I mean, we know some guys in Ohio that do very well, including Stein. I think there's parts of the country that are more populated, and there's also parts of the country with more comics in general. I mean, New York is an old fucking city. There's just a lot of concentration of books there. I mean, if you think of when comics were popular, New York, Chicago, Boston, LA, that's where they were. That's where the people were.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, there's just not a lot here. There's not a lot of shops of longevity.
Detroit's the same way, man.
You'll find some, but there's places that are better. Yep. I know a lot of people in the kind of the mid-South that do exceptionally well. Tennessee, Kentucky, that kind of zone.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit's the same way. Like, there's one store that's like a respectable store, but if you're not spending 10 grand there, a year or some big number, you're not, books that come in, or you're making those kind of introductions, you're not getting books, man. I mean, so let's talk about that. Yeah, Z, let's bring this up. This
every gen.
So this is a comment. I am not a huge fan of the Marvel labels, nor what Valiant's had them. There's the Stan Lee labels.
I bought a couple. You want me to talk about it?
So I've made a point about a few other things in the past. People like the old label CGCs. One that I've kind of been watching, and I don't know, I can't confirm there's a thing, but that goddamn red label, the original red label of CGC.
Yep.
To me, that's an interesting play. I've bought in a couple just because I wanted one.
Yep.
But at some point we get a little crazy and, well, this is an original case. So I think the same thing applies to Marvel. If they do a new design every year and it's the same characters, maybe people won't be into it. But if you get something that's unique and they don't do it again, there's gonna be that right collector that wants it.
I bought a Spider-Man, a couple Spider-Man ones because I thought I was gonna get a 9.8. I think I did get one 9.8, but it had a Spider-Man logo. But the thing that pisses me off the most about those stupid ass logos is they put that little silver swatch on the fucking logo. So you just pay for a logo you can't see because that big silver swatch in the right corner is covering it up.
I think it also depends how many got made. Are they going to tell you how many there are? Because remember, what was it? Baltimore a few years ago, Leg got the Valiant special labels.
Yeah.
The Bloodshot, right? On some Bloodshot books.
Mm-hmm.
That one didn't last long. There probably were some, but some of those books that were already rare that got that label, those are one of ones or one of fives.
eBay 101s.
Well, but some of these things were legit ridiculous.
I mean, look at this.
On a Valiant label, rare Valiant variant, great. But Spider-Man, how many people got those Spider-Man? That's information we'd know. How many of them came out?
I mean, look at this though. You're buying a label and a quarter of it is covered up. Why? And you can't. It's not like you can undo that. Like,
no, I get it. I don't think every book's a play. I think there are probably certain books and certain collectors that it's a play because it looks pretty.
Oh, it's cool. It's definitely dope if you get around the right book. I'm not saying that. If you get a 9.8 of an ASM 300 with a Venom logo on it, and it's like a 9.8, that's dope, man. I mean, that's sure one of one. I mean, that's
Big shout out to Chad already fucking calling me out. You're right, brother. I owe you. Let's fucking go find that place. I'm down. I'm down to find some new.
I'm trying to figure out what this gentleman's saying.
What I was hunting for during was original cover art that was used for label art and SS10 matching covers. Oh, so he's saying, so whoever designed the label art is the original art?
You're saying the book you bought had the pose of the character that was used on the label, right?
Where was I?
That's pretty smart.
I think that's what he's saying.
That's smart. That is super smart.
I just never
connected the dots, I guess.
I don't think I thought they weren't original productions for CGC. So I guess I'd need to see a picture. I'd love to see a picture, my friend.
Yeah. What are some of the?
Please post them in the Facebook group if you don't get a chance to tonight. I'd love to see what you're talking about because in my brain these were original production pieces for CGC. But if they're swiped from somewhere else, that's interesting. That's a creative play, and I like it.
That's what he said. He said correct.
That's cool.
Getting creative is where we got to be.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Please shoot us some images because it didn't even occur to the rest of us. So you were playing checkers while some of us are playing chess,
or vice versa.
Well,
wow. Somebody's got a. I guess we're all over the place, but it's okay. Would you buy? Here's a good question. Would you buy an Incredible Hulk #1 2.0 CGC for $12,000?
No.
I don't know. I need more information.
More information. Okay.
I don't think that's a steal of a price.
But it's going to always go up, right? It's a rare book out of all of them, right? I mean,
what is the eye appeal?
It looks good. Well, I mean, it looks decent. You want me to
show?
Not too many people have $12,000 laying around.
There's a lot of variables there.
Deno, Captain Marvel with the matching label.
I wish they had like a real good picture of it. I don't know why it's all.
Does Robert know what we're talking about? And we're the only idiots that are fucking not paying attention.
Yeah, Robert's. So here's what Robert's saying, right? So you get this one here.
I didn't pay attention to labels, I guess. I don't know. I think you're getting yourself into a niche market, which I do not hate. I play in the niche markets, but
yeah, post it in the Facebook group too.
Depends how many other assholes are playing that same market, I guess.
This one right here.
We're all intently looking because we didn't pay attention.
Oh, so that's a grind off cover, yeah.
So what cover is that from? It'd be cool to get that book with that cover, signature series with that artist.
Oh, you're saying the Hulk label was the king size special? I guess I mean look at the Hulk label.
Oh, is it the one where he's holding it on his back? The Stranko?
Maybe.
Some guy posting and everything. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Apparently we got to look at these labels a little more because I didn't.
Okay, so he put it in. Okay, I got it. Here we go.
Let's take a closer look because we are apparently uneducated collectors on this front.
I'm gonna hold on 1 second. I'm gonna
go for it, brother.
I'm gonna steal for you. So this is another one. This is Thor and Thor.
That one's dope.
This is Amazing Spider-Man 1 in the same.
That one doesn't look as close as you want it to.
This is the Hawk and Hawk.
No. They flip it? They just flip it?
Yeah. Venomize is Venomize.
That's cool. That one's cool. That one's not.
Yeah. This is the Grant. Oh, okay. So this is the Infinity War, Infinity Countdown, the Grant.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one's really cool.
There's a play. I'm not going to lie. There's not a play.
Spider-Man. Okay. So now we got it. Cool. Thanks for, who was that? Let me
big shout out, brother.
Yeah. Jeffrey Chen. Yeah. Thanks for posting it. That's awesome.
I think you're right. There's a play if you were faster than everybody else and there's not 100 of them. That's an interesting play. I guess I don't know. The rest of us weren't even thinking about it.
I'm sure there was a lot of people.
I thought you were just saying, "Oh, I'm going to use that Captain Marvel or that Amazing Spider-Man on a key Spider-Man book that was in really high grade. It's like the top census book or something."
I don't know. I like unique things. Like I said, I enjoy the red label because they were not there very long. I like the old label too. The old label is pressing and cracking too, so they're really going.
I wish they would bring back the red label for something crazy cool.
But to me, a 9.8 red label, people aren't cracking and pressing that for a 9.9 because it ain't going to happen. So like a 9.8 red label key, there aren't going to be many. There weren't many to begin with. And they're not going to be trying to crack them and press them for a higher grade because nobody gets 9.9. So at some point, these are going to be unique pieces of history, which is where I tend to live, is random fucking crazy shit. So if you want to come out to the outer rim with me, welcome up.
Do you think there is? Oh wow! Do you think there's a CGC 10 red label? Probably not.
Probably.
You think so? There's only like 3 or 4 red labels at 9.8s.
I'm sorry, what?
There's only like on eBay. There's only 3 or 4.
Oh, that's what got me looking at it because I tried to research how many were up at any given time. There's not many. There's not a lot. Now, it's not that there's not a lot of red labels. I mean, I got to pick my words carefully.
Yeah.
I think red label only existed for roughly a year, maybe plus or minus some. So there were many books graded, but to find multiple of many books graded that 9.8 in a red label, there aren't many.
There's a 9.8 of a 181 Daredevil red label right now.
Wow. So mine is I bought one. It's a Secret Wars 8 because that's a cover I had a 198 in. It was a new label, and I was like, I saw a red label code for the same price. I'm like, I'm gonna change because I just think this is fun.
And I guess I'll show it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's only $199. So this is the old red label for people to so people can actually see what we're talking about, at least on the YouTube. In case you are newer, this is what the old ones used to look like. Look at that! Oh God, it's old school.
Oh, and the plastic is usually shot, dude. It is not clear or fancy or nice.
No.
I have 2 red labels. The other one is a shit book, but
look at it. It's got perforations in it.
Yeah,
that's great. That's cool, man. You know what that is to me? That's like so in the Wayne Gretzky OPG rookie, the very first printed cards out of the first print had a line running through the back on the stats, a red line, and that's something people search for. So that's that same thing. You know that.
Chad, shit. I had a book to send out. You're getting it. Jesus Christ, that's a good comment. Oh my God, we just.
Hey, what about green ones, man? That's what it.
We just went off the rails, guys.
Yeah. Well, I got something for you. So while you guys were going off the rails, I was looking at a beautiful cover. I don't know what this is, but
Facebook user, I don't know if we answered your question. I don't think it's a bad play, my friend. I think it's original. So who knows? May take 5 or 6 years to go, but at some point they'll be rare.
Look at that beautiful Alex Ross cover.
Underrated, man. Alex Ross, man. He never gets the love.
This is from the Immortal Hulk #1 variant he did, but it's a special director's cut, and it's got that old school feel to it. But look how beautiful that is, man.
It's the swipe of an old school cover.
I know, it's so awesome. I love the purple in it, and like if you look at the original, here's the original.
That's not the original. I mean, but it's not the old one.
What do you mean?
There's an original.
No. This is the original Alex Ross.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But there's an original that's.
Look how beautiful they stole from the Hulk 377 third print, the purple and the neon green. It's badass, man. They did a really good job with that with the trade dress.
I've started to feel because I bought a Silver Age collection and kind of spent some time looking through them. The Hulk 1 to about 200 is one of the prettiest runs of covers. Joe,
which one?
Hulk, the 100 to 200 range.
Oh yes.
It is a beautiful run of covers just because the colors they use. The Hulk is green. It isn't even a great artist. It's just it is soaked in my head as a pretty run of covers after I had a Silver Age collection with most of the stuff in it. There's some great other stuff, but that Hulk run, just flipping through the whole thing, is a great just art.
Yeah. Beautiful. So, Doc Joe, that brings up a great question. You want to get into this real quick, Deno, before we call it a night?
Yes, sir. So I was looking at 52 Mantles because I'm a crazy man. And I found that there's a Type 1 and a Type 2 Mickey Mantle 52. So, that's the most counterfeited card probably in the history of cards, right, McClay? Right?
It's up there, yeah.
So for everybody who doesn't know, this is what a 52 Mantle looks like. So there's two variations. There's a type 1, which is this, and then there's a type 2 that looks like this. And you're like, Deno, what are you talking about? You're a madman. It looks the same to me, but it's not. So the big indications are the black borders here, but the thick black border around the Yankee sign in 1 isn't in number 2. And basically, Doc Joe sent me this. I called the guys in Oklahoma because his guys are like the Mantle Kings over there, Mickey Mantle 7 cards or whatever it is, MM7, and they didn't pick up the phone, but that's okay. So I'm lost here for a minute. Okay, so this one is 65 grand, but it's a high number type 2 card actually with this. So it's not a counterfeit. I guess it was released later on in the series, maybe. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but so there's actually type 1 and type 2 cards actually. So I just saw a raw one and it was probably fake, but I don't know. And it was like $150. And I was like, yeah, do I take a gamble? I don't know. So, but
it's interesting.
The missing pixel. So I guess I'll go through everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So type 1 is this. It looks like the freshest card on the planet. It has the big thing is that these are going the
centered.
Yeah, and it's going to the left. These are actually going to the left. If you actually zoom in, these are actually going to the left. Out. The actual laces, I guess, are going to the left on the type 1, and the S isn't, and the T right here isn't together. The type 2s, the border, the missing pixel in the corner up here, the overlap of the borders. There's no yellow base at the bottom. The things are going to the right, and the T and the S are actually centered. So
it's funny because there's a couple of really famous things like that. And this, I can't believe I didn't know about this. I mean, I remember hearing about the pixel, the missing pixel in the blue, but I didn't remember what it was or.
Yeah, so I can't believe you didn't know about this, and I'm sorry I had to actually.
Yeah.
So
you know what it reminds me of? So there's a couple cool versions of cards that do the same thing. The 1966 Bobby Orr rookie. Yep. There's a couple versions. There's this version, then the normal version. It's on an old TV set, and then there's a Topps test set version where it has this white line right here. And that's very rare. And then they did the same thing with the 68 Nolan Ryan. For that 1968 Topps set, they put like 3 to 5 cards from that set in a Milton Bradley Topps baseball game. Mm-hmm. And so you could get any card in that set through the baseball game, but those cards had a special line, a white line on the back of them. And so you can get the Johnny Bench rookie with the white line. You can get the Nolan Ryan rookie with the white line. So I love stuff like that, man.
Yeah. So I thought about buying it, but he showed the card thickness and it was wavy. I mean, it's probably counterfeit. I highly doubt it. I mean, he said he won it in a storage auction. Doesn't know the authenticity of it. So I mean,
that means he knows it's a fake.
Yeah.
Yep.
I passed on it, but. So I mean that was my tangent in Mickey Mantle 52 Mantles. At least I learned something new. I mean,
yeah.
Kind of like staples on a Del Auto variant.
yeah. That's my luck, man. Brass staples and effective counterfeit 52 Mantles.
You're gonna spend 10, 20, 30 grand on a card. You need to do some research on it.
Well, that's like every book. I mean, Z, you got that Batman 1, right? Remember, you got that Batman 1. I mean, that wasn't a cheap book by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, or no, the ASM 1. I mean, that's not a cheap book either. I mean,
oh, and I still got a purple label out of bullshit, but it was cheap, so that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're buying books, I mean, how many people were buying raw AF-15s now? Not. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not many.
Yeah, I mean.
I remember looking at them a lot. There was a ton of them early 2000s on eBay.
What were they going for in 2000? I think I saw them like what,
4 or 5 grand.
10 grand, yeah.
For a nice one.
7-8 grand for a mid grade.
No, I remember
$3 grand for a mid grade.
I remember I was sort of in comics. It was probably 14, 15. and I was chasing an AF-15. I wanted, like, let's call it a 3 to a 4 from $3 to $5 grand, and that was a reasonable expectation.
Yep.
It wasn't a steal and it wasn't top dollar, but it was like, you might find one.
Yep.
And I kept not finding one. My wife actually went to 2 shops that Christmas going, what's it going to take to get an AF-15? And they both looked at her like, we don't fucking have them. I don't know. And, you know.
I could just see your wife walking in there. What's it going to take? I need this book by next week.
Like, one of the guys was a pretty good friend. I was in there every week, and she'd been in there with me. And, you know, it just polite. And he's kind of like, I can't even reasonably help you on this. And, you know, now they're, that's 20 grand book, 18 grand, whatever that is. Some crazy number.
I thought about it too. I remember looking back in like 03, 04, and they were like, that's when I had a little bit more spending money do I have now. I was living at home. I was like, shit, I could buy AF-15, but that's like 3 or 4 grand. I'm like, man, do I just spend 3 grand on a comic book?
Yes, you should have.
But it's like, yeah, but I mean, think about it though. I mean, it would have took us, what, 15 years to make 20 grand. I mean, still, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but still.
No, it wouldn't have, because this was in 15 or 14, and it was that.
Well,
it went nuts in 16, 17, 18. It went crazy.
You know, but would you have sold? If it would have went crazy like now, would you have kept it, or you would just sold it at? You know,
I don't know. I
you know, like it was 3 grand to 6 grand. Like, who cares, right? I mean,
I don't know. I won't say anything because Ozzy will kick me in the balls for the shit I've sold, so I might have sold it too.
I mean, same thing with our Batman 1, my Joker page that I fucking flopped on. We always
I don't want to talk about that.
I would have sold that probably too.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Well, before we end the night, I gotta agree with Dennis Hayes. The Submariner is the best run of covers from back then. I agree, brother.
From the Golden Age, or
I'm a whole guy. I love it.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So anything you guys want to talk about before we call it a night?
Check out Comic Book Safari, right? Let's pump up his episode a little bit. That's gonna drop tomorrow, right?
It'll drop tomorrow afternoon. It's Iron Man 55, so check it out.
Yeah, check out it's Nico time. Also, check out we got some table breaks coming up shortly.
Yeah, we do.
Dino's gonna ask his wife.
Yeah, I gotta ask my wife. Don't talk about this. I got the speakers on. No, it's terrible.
Big shout out to Chad in the comments because he's been waiting. He's got some Topps Chrome Spawn boxes that he wants to open, and we're gonna get him on.
You know what I took today? I meeting with Clay last night. Went through about I don't know how many boxes of cards. I should have took a picture of all 8 garbage bags full of fucking cards I threw in the garbage in the recycle bin today.
He's just going through. He's like 1988 Don Russ, and I'm like, nope. And I just see him grabbing stacks and throwing them in the trash.
You guys want to do it right now? Because
he's like dumping whole boxes.
So my wife goes, "Is it me or did I notice all 15,000 cards in the trash can today?" I was like, "Oh well."
It was 14,995. There were 5 mediocre cards.
I got most of Ramos rookies for like $5 maybe. I mean, oh gosh, she's
you
like,
live and you learn, brother.
She's so funny. She told her coworkers who are not into like comics, like, yeah, Dino just threw away $150 on the curb today. I'm like, well, you know.
Oh, you gotta gamble to make money some days.
I love her. I tried to coincide with, hey, the boxes are worth something, and she totally. I mean, me and McClay were talking. I mean, the monster boxes actually are worth something because these aren't cheap, especially when you get monster boxes. I mean, I probably made my money back on the monster boxes. I mean, they're like $10 a piece probably. I mean, I got like, I don't know, 8 of them, so like $80 there. But I mean, I didn't have to pay for.
You know, I threw $75 on the curb in cards.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but I mean, like, you know, it's funny. Ben, you know, I talked to Ben about it. I talked to Bryan about it. I said, you know, he goes, "That's a good deal." I mean, you could, you know,
I would have paid for that.
Gamble.
Take a chance. Yep.
So, I mean, if I would have found a cheater short print, I mean, that
Yeah.
That would have been it. So, but
Well, also, you guys check out the Wolverine #1 IG Comic Store exclusives. You can get them at IG Comic Store CBSI, depending on the trade dress version, whatever, which one you want. You can get the set too. Limited to 400 of the black and white. So make sure you guys go check those out. There's some beautiful comics, as you guys can see.
I do want to throw this up real quick too. It is in our super card chat because it's comics and cards related. So hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Check this boys out. Oh, it's freaking out. Okay. What's going on? Look at that. So these cards are from like 90 something probably, superhero cards. So Barry Bonds is Thor. Andres Galarraga, Mr. Fantastic. Hey, at least Griffey Jr. got Spider-Man. That was kind of
kid, cool. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
But the worst thing is Mr. Alex Rodriguez got Namor. Terrible. That's terrible. Like Mo Vaughn got Incredible Hulk. Frank Thomas got Colossus. Like Namor. Like you couldn't think of anybody else besides Namor. Like you couldn't give him the Thing or something. I don't know. It's like Namor of all people.
I'm not surprised, man.
So somebody collected that set. I thought that was a cool set to collect. I saw that. I posted that in one of our chats. So
that was back when he was still in Seattle.
Yep.
18-year-old kid right there, man.
With Griffey, man. People forget that A-Rod and Griffey were on the same team for a little bit.
That was and Randy Johnson, I think.
Yep. And Edgar Martinez there too?
Edgar Martinez. Yeah, that was a good team, man. They were on the cusp every year of making, win. I don't know if they ever won a playoff series, but they were always a good team that just couldn't do anything in the playoffs.
What do we think of Jeter not? Oh, we talked about that last week. Never mind.
Bullshit. That's what it is.
Unanimously getting in.
Yep, bullshit. So, but all right, guys. So check out Comic Safari. Check out Table Breaks. Check out the Hot 10 show. And check us out next Monday for episode 104. Other than that, we're out. Later, guys.
Later.
See you guys.